Hello everyone, I'm Pratima Lintel. Welcome to my channel. This is my second book review. So today I'm going to talk about Siddharth by Hermann Hesse. This is one of the most widely read books, and this book is all about the journey of the self-awakening of a man named Siddharth. Before going through this book, I assumed maybe it tells the story of Siddhartha Gautam Buddha. You see its title and its cover also somehow suggests the same thing, but it's nothing like that. This is not the story of Lord Buddha. Yes, this is the story of the spiritual journey of Siddharth, but he is just a fictional character. But the thing is, Siddharth's life resembles with Lord Buddha in many different ways. You see, the name itself is same, and just like Siddhartha Gautam Buddha, the fictional character Siddharth also leaves his home, family, and everything for the quest of knowledge and finally achieves enlightenment through self-realization, just like Lord Buddha. However, they are not the same person. Let me first tell you what exactly happens in this novel. The man named Siddharth is the son of Brahman who was quick to learn and very thirsty for knowledge. He was growing up to become a wise man and a priest. He was liked by everyone, he was loved by everyone, he was the source of joy for everyone, but he found no joy for himself. Even after inheriting all the knowledge and the wisdom from his father and other Brahmins, he felt empty inside. His heart was not satisfied with the limited knowledge that he had acquired from them. So he realized that the love of his father, mother, other people, and the knowledge and the wisdom given by his father and other Brahmins would not bring him joy and satisfaction forever. That's why he gradually starts becoming thoughtful and starts questioning over the existence of Atma. One day he finally decides that he will join Samanas. Samanas are wandering ascetics, so he convinces his father and becomes a Samana. His friend Govinda also joins him, so both of them starts their spiritual journey of self-discovery. Renouncing all the materialistic trappings of life, Siddharth starts living the life of Samanas in the forest, but he soon realized that enlightenment cannot be achieved just by embracing the lifestyle of Samanas and just by living in the forest and just by practicing asceticism. In the meantime, they hear about Gautama, the famous Buddha, the enlightened one who has overcome all the sufferings of the world and has achieved nirvana and is free from the cycle of rebirth. Soon after living the life of Samanas, they come across Gautama, the famous Buddha. His friend Govinda becomes his follower, becomes a Buddhist monk. But Siddharth didn't want to follow any religious instruction and didn't want to follow any teachers. That's why he leaves his friend and embarks his spiritual journey alone. But he happens to make a radical departure from the spiritual world to the materialistic world after meeting Kamala, a beautiful and famous courtesan. He falls in love with her and believes that she would be the best one to teach him the art of love. He later meets Kamaswami, the rich merchant with whom he learns trade and earns money in order to impress Kamala and live with her. So he gradually becomes very rich. He even indulges in drinking, dancing, and gambling too. In spite of having the luxurious lifestyle and earning a lot of money, he felt some sort of emptiness within his life. He was not happy. The more he earns, the less unhappy he becomes. So suddenly, he experiences the unexpected epiphany that the material life is full of void and he is unable to find the worth of his existence in the material world. Therefore, he leaves everything behind. He goes away from the luxurious life. In intense frustration, Siddharth reaches by the bank of river and contemplates where and how his life has conspired to bring him to this state. He then meets ferryman Vasudeva, whom he had met years before while crossing the river to reach the city. He notices the sense of peace within that ferryman, which he was seeking since so long. And ferryman later tells him that he has achieved this sense of peace by studying and observing the river for many years. So Siddharth also expresses his desire to learn from river. So the ferryman let him work and stay with him. This way, Siddharth also gradually starts realizing that river has many secrets to tell and the lessons to offer. The sound of Om coming from the river invades his tranquility. After beholding the river for almost more than a decade, he cultivates a kind of strong bond with the river. He speaks with river and most importantly, he learns to listen from it. One day, Kamala comes to Siddharth with her 11 years old son, whom Siddharth left years before. She was going to die, and before she dies, she tells him that he is the father of her son. So Siddharth loves and accepts his son, but his son dislikes his way of life and runs away from him, back to his city life, back to his luxurious life in the city. Siddharth let his son find his own path just like his father has allowed him to do so years before. Ferryman Vasudeva finally leaves his body, teaching all the knowledge that he had acquired from the river. In order to achieve enlightenment, Siddhartha experiments with both exterior and interior paths. In the beginning, Siddhartha seeks to find enlightenment through samanas, later through Gautam Buddha, and last through the material world. But none of these paths bring him the eternal peace and the wisdom that he was seeking for. So he finally stops searching the wisdom outside and turns inward. Siddhartha finally achieves total spiritual enlightenment just by turning inward and just by observing and studying the river for many years. His internal connection to the river finally bring him nirvana, but it took his entire life to reach to this state of eternal peace. In the end of this novel, after hearing about the old and wise ferryman, his friend Govinda comes to meet him, who is actually Siddharth. Siddharth is now living the life of ferryman since so long. Govinda is still a follower of Gautama and has not achieved enlightenment yet. Siddhartha at last says Govinda that wisdom cannot be passed on. Knowledge can be conveyed, but the wisdom cannot be conveyed. Though Siddhartha rejects anyone to be his spiritual teachers, but at last he mentions that he had many teachers in his way of enlightenment. He learns from beautiful courtesan Kamala, he learns from the rich merchant Kamaswami, he learns from the gamblers with dice, he learns from the Buddhist monk, he learns from the Vasudev ferryman, and most importantly, he learns from river. So Siddhartha shares his knowledge and experiences of achieving enlightenment to his friend Govinda and at last asks him to kiss his forehead. When Govinda kisses him, he eventually experiences the sense of unity. He no longer sees the face of his friend, he instead sees others' faces, flowing river. He sees God, he sees Krishna, he sees Agni. He actually sees the whole world in the face of his friend, which all comes and disappears. So this may indicates that he too achieved enlightenment at last, but it is not clearly mentioned whether this realization is for long term or not. Therefore, it is the story of Siddhartha who finally discovers his true self by turning inward, just by studying and observing the river for many years and just by being a simple ferryman. In one stage, Siddhartha rejected Lord Buddha as his teacher, but he was in fact following his own footsteps because Lord Buddha himself had no teachers and he achieved nirvana through self-realization. And here the fictional character Siddhartha also does the same thing. Though they are not the same person, but there are many similarities between them. So that's all I wanted to say about this book. I hope you liked it. Do send me your comments and subscribe to my channel for notifications. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll be back soon with another book review. Till then, bye-bye.